Good evening and welcome to our best of five between two of our highly ranked players at TVP from PLuTo and SwiTch. We are the two commentators and we'll be commentating on this game. In the bottom right we have our Protoss player, the Pacifier.
And in the top left we have got our Terran player, which is WRG Stardrive. And yeah, PLuTo, I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup. We've been looking forward to this one for so long. You know, all of the smack talk that went ahead in front of it. You know, the guys really eager to get into this game. So what are you expecting from our Protoss player in this game?
I've played a lot with Pacifier and I've seen his builds. He's very solid in his builds. I know he likes to do a lot of blink stalkers. But he's very good with his drops as well. He's good with his harass, he's good with his DTs. This is a very good map for maybe a couple of drops. Use that warp prism, do some harass. I would see maybe an early expansion from him. He'll get quite early, he'll get that probe and scout and see what he's doing. But I do see a fairly early expansion coming for him. But we'll also have to see as we go on. What about from Stardrive's point of view? What do you see him doing?
Stardrive I haven't played with an awful lot. You know, we've played a couple of multiplayer maps where 2v2, 3v3s and stuff like that. But he's also a guy very detail oriented. You know, he's pretty good with his harass as well. Loves the Marine Marauder. Mostly seen him play bio. Don't very often see him play anything else. But my feeling is he'll also do the early harass. This is the first game in a best out of 5, so one would actually expect to be some early aggression from these two players, just to establish that dominance. As we see the first gas going down for Stardrive at the moment, and only one harvester on that gas. So very light gas. That does kind of give the impression he's only mining gas to get maybe a tech lab onto that barracks, and just to get some units pumped out.
Yes, that's true. It is a very late gas, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any Reapers anytime soon. Our Protoss player also has only got one gas, so there's not going to be any Oracles anytime soon, or any early DT harass. He has gotten his second gas now, but it might be a bit late to be going Blink Stalker or DTs. So we might just see maybe a standard opening with a single gateway, maybe a robo into an expand, and get that observer to be able to see what his opponent is doing. We do see a second barracks going down, so no fast expansion, and we see a tech lab. What do you make of the tech lab? What do you think is going to come from that?
Tech lab quite interesting. First feeling is usually the guys going for a Marine Marauder Medivac combo, and I would have said if he threw down an early factory, maybe I would have said yes, okay, we can probably go for some drops, some mine drops in the middle line, but we are not seeing that. 2 barracks. My feeling is he should probably add another barracks after that and do some kind of timing attack, maybe after +1 weapons finished. We know how important that +1 attack is against Protoss early, unless they obviously get the armor upgrades. But I do think we are going to see some pressure here. There's the first Marauder that just came out, and we can actually see him building another Marauder, so I definitely think he's going for a bit of a more heavy attack, as we see concussive shells also being researched. So he's definitely expecting stalkers, and as we know, concussive shell is pretty useless against anything except maybe blink stalkers or normal stalkers.
Yes, I agree, and I do see another barracks being upgraded for a reactor. The nice thing with Marauders is something that is very essential against Protoss. They do a lot of damage against most of the units. Storm doesn't kill. It takes about 2 or 3 storms to kill a Marauder. Your army must consist mostly of Marauders, especially if you're playing against a Protoss guy. Marines are good if you're fighting air, but if you're fighting a ground army, Marauders and being able to kite them is another key, which I have seen from Stardrive. He is very good at kiting, but he needs to get up at max. He needs to get Stim, which is being upgraded, and the command center has gone down. So he's going to be expanding, which is a bit later than Pacifier, Protoss player. He has expanded, and he's pushing across the map with 2 stalkers.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with these 2 stalkers?
I think they're going to get knobbed, to be dead honest. We do see 3 Marauders out on the map, and as you said, him possibly, or Pacifier possibly kiting Stardrive around with those Marauders with concussive shell. I don't think that's going to happen. Concussive shell is just going to keep those guys, and the Marines are just going to nail them. There we see the Stalkers actually peeking up. They're taking out the 1 Marine, but I don't think Stardrive has anything to worry about. He's got a significantly bigger army, more powerful units, and I think those Stalkers might be in a bit of trouble. So yeah, massive damage being done to that one. But yeah, so he actually pushes Pacifier back to his base.
Yeah, at the moment they're just trying to get a bit of a feel of the game. It is the first game to see what each other is doing, see each other's game style. They haven't really played too much with each other, so they're just trying to get into the feel in the game. Just some early harass with 2 stalkers, just to set maybe Stardrive off balance. You know, give him a little bit of early pressure. The early pressure definitely makes a big difference. If you can put on the early pressure first, and to go 1-0 up in this best of 5. It's definitely going to shift to the other player to make something happen.
Yeah,
and we do see quite an aggressive push here with 4 Marauders and 4 Marines versus only a Zealot, 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. But that Photon Overcharge, great ability in Heart of the Swarm. What do you think? What do you make of that ability of the Mothership?
Yeah, Photon Overcharge, definitely one of my favorite things to use as well. It really gave Protoss that ability to fend off those early attacks with the harass, as we actually see Stardrive push in now, really considering he's not sure. He's like, okay, well, you know what, let's wait for the Photon Overcharge to wear off, and even only with those couple of units that Pacifier has at the moment, he did bring the Immortal out, which is a fantastic choice against Marauders, as we know. It does get the armor bonus damage, but yeah, I think.
And some Zealots going to the main base here and killing 2 Marines, and they are going to go to that mineral line, maybe be able to kill 2 or 3 workers. 1 worker, he's going to fight that 1 worker. Is he going to kill that 1 worker? He's got 2 kills already. He's got 3 kills. Going for the gas workers. Ooh,
and we actually see Stardrive moving back his entire army. I do not entirely think that was the best decision to make. I think he could have literally just pushed out a few extra units in his base. There we do see 3 Marines coming out now. I think they could have taken care of that problem definitely. But now he pulled back his whole army, and he actually lost that moment where he could have attacked this base at the bottom, the expansion of Pacifier. So that opportunity lost. We do see him only flying in the orbital command right now. I mean, PLuTo, that's a 10-minute expand.
No, that is very late. If you look at workers' supply, you can see it right there. 27 workers to 39. Army supply is very equal, but workers' supply, Pacifier is quite far ahead. Those resources are really going to start making a difference. Now, if we look at resource collection rate, he is up by, it's very even mineral-wise. Those mules make a big difference.
They actually do, and I mean, this is not a sustainable strategy. As I always say with mules. Mules are only there to give you that quick economic boost, and what Stardrive will have to do, he's got to push out some additional SCVs now at the moment, to establish his income, because Mike or Pacifier he's just so far ahead at the moment, and also just throwing down an extra couple of barracks. So
and we do see him taking a third though. That's going to make, that's really showing some initiative. Try and get the early third expansion, maybe to get some more barracks, more Marine Marauder to apply some more pressure, because we do see a robotics bay has been built. The Warp Prism is being built. He's going to do some drops.
Yep, he will definitely do some drops, and you can probably, considering it's Terran, you can expect some DTs in his base. If we just go to Pacifier's view and we actually look in Stardrive's base, we can see that in his main, he knows about that turret being built, that was being built. So I don't think he might do so much harass in the main, but I do think at this third expansion of Stardrive that Warp Prison might actually go and do some zealot harass over there. And also, if we look at upgrades, my word, Stardrive's so far ahead. Apart from just the +1 weapons upgrade, we also do see concussive shell. He's got combat shield done already, and also stim, while there's no upgrades for Pacifier at the moment.
No, just +1 armor is being upgraded, just about finished. But he has got his first Colossus. He has taken his second expansion, and he's got DTs. DTs are on the field. 3 DTs have been spawned. They're going through to the Warp Prism, and that's going to go into the main base. But will that do enough damage? He needs to go through quickly, kill those 2 turrets, and see how much damage. Or is he going to go to the expansion?
And
is he going to the expansion? Nope, he's going to go to the main base.
Yeah. At the same time, we do see a drop coming in from Stardrive on the eastern side of the map. So that one DT comes in, he goes directly for the detection, takes that out, and now he's gonna. Oh my word! Is actually attacking both of these at the same time.
This is a very good strategy, going for main base and splitting the army up. He's got no detection. He's gonna have to scan. The scan is out of range of his expansion. He's gonna be able to kill a lot of those Marines, doing a lot of damage, a lot of mining time. This is very good harass. Been pushing him on the back foot. This is very good rat and good aggression shown from our Protoss player, just to allow him to get those Colossus out. Able to build himself enough Colossus, and that Colossus is all the way at the top. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, that's a very weird position for a Colossus. It's just standing there, looking down the cliff, wondering, staring, wondering about life. What's the purpose of me standing here? And the army for Stardrive now moving to the south. That Colossus will have to be pulled back, and hopefully Pacifier actually realizes that. Pacifier's army not very big at the moment, well, in terms of unit size. If you look at army supply, it is actually quite big, but I do think those Colossus and the 2 Immortals actually add significant oomph to that army. We do see 4 additional warp gates coming in, and extended thermal lance only being researched now. We do see a drop going into
expansion.
And how much is he going to get, considering that photon cannon is doing some damage? Might he get
Well,
5 or 6 probes?
He's going to draw the army and attack the other expansion at the same time. Is he going to be able to take down that Nexus? He's having to split his army out at the same time, doing the exact same aggression on the Nexus. All the photon overcharge. Will he be able to kill this? That is a lot of Marine Marauders. He's going to target down the
that
Nexus.
Nexus actually does go down. Rally point for these Colossi aren't great. We do see them just wandering into that army. The one Colossus is going to go down. The other one from the back's doing quite a bit of damage. Those Immortals coming in, taking out the Marauders. And overall, I think this was a pretty bad engagement for Pacifier. Stardrive really doing well. Pacifier warping in some additional Zealots just to take care of that Terran army, and he chases them away. But now to actually get that Nexus up and running again. And we do see that Medivac also standing in that 3rd expansion of Pacifier, just checking out, seeing what's happening, and one Stalker moving in should be able to take out that. No, he won't.
And we do see DTs going into the main expansion of our Protoss player. He's splitting them up. He is going to decide to push as well. But if we look at units killed, 61 units killed by Pacifier to only 44, and workers killed 20 to 11 in favor of our Terran.
You know what? This game is still so close. If we look at the income of Stardrive, his minerals are sitting on 1,600. His income is still very, very solid. Pacifier being a bit behind, and Stardrive actually sitting in a very, very solid position at the moment. We do see a very big attack in the 3rd expansion of Stardrive, so that is going to do quite a bit of damage. But Pacifier knows,
he
won't be able to. But Pacifier knows, that by losing that expansion, he had to do something to actually pull this back.
Well, at the same time, we're seeing a drop in the main base. Will he be able to take out their command center or kill a lot of workers? The workers are trying to repair their command center. I think he should be targeting down those workers. Will he be able to kill their command center? Oh, and it's going to burn, killing workers.
Yep, this is doing quite a bit of damage. Stardrive not being able to defend on both fronts. There's quite a lot in his base at the moment, and I think the call from Pacifier to actually go in and do a bit of economic damage on his own was a really, really good call and a very good counter strategy.
I agree, he was very behind after losing the Nexus, after losing a lot of his army. But just being able to have that warp prison, that upgrade for faster speed, is definitely an extra power for Protoss. Being able to put on the other side there and just warp units at random into the main base, doing the harass, forcing his army to leave the main front and go back to defend his base and allow him to build up.
PLuTo, you know what, this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this game so much, is that just by one bit of sloppy play, or the player not paying attention to what's happening in the game, can literally turn this game around. We did see the income of Stardrive peaking over 1,200 just now, and after that engagement, and Pacifier just saying, you know what, I need to do something now, I need to counter this and put Stardrive on the back foot. If we look at the income now, Stardrive is almost 600 minerals behind the income of Stardrive. Of income of Pacifier, so that does give him an edge, and it does play a significant role, as we do see Stardrive now just shaping up his army again, preparing for another move out. But I think the economy of Pacifier is just so good. If you look at his upgrades, +1/+1, Stardrive is
he's going to take out the command center. The command center has gone down with one shot from that DT. Wow.
I actually completely missed that on the screen. Oh, I see, in the top right hand corner.
Corner.
My word, and he put so many missile turrets up for detection. He does have quite a bit of scan, but with that additional command center being taken out, scans have been reduced quite a bit. But yeah, he's also going for Psionic Storm. We do see 3 High Templar on the field now, and if that Bio Army is coming down, these Templar are going to do a massive amounts of damage to this army.
The War Prism is going to be taken out by these 2 Vikings. so no more warping into the back of his base. Stardrive will have none of that. Oh, will he be able to get it away? It is going. Those Vikings have got a very long range.
I think that is actually going down. Let's just have a look at what's happening at the moment. It does seem like that war prison is going out. We do see the one stalker. He spots what's coming across the map. So let's just see, what Pacifier is doing. There we go. He brings the two High Templar to the front. He knows it's coming. Scans up the hill and sees a whole lot of zealots. And he gets one storm off. Does quite a bit of damage. Did take out the other High Templar, and those Colossus also doing quite a bit of damage. This is quite a big army to face in terms of damage.
Brilliant storms.
Second storm not landing quite as good, but those Vikings are going to fall down, both of them being taken out. The High Templar being morphed into Archons, and some additional units being morphed in. I do think this might be some trouble for Stardrive if he tries to move up that ramp. You know what I would like to see? I think Stardrive should have moved into, when he saw the Colossus and when he saw the amount of zealots that was in here, I think he should have actually moved to create a few extra siege tanks. I think 3 or 4 siege tanks would have made such a big difference in this army in terms of how it worked.
Yeah, that is true, but also I see that there is a lot of Marines there. He needs to get more Marauders in that army. We know that Storms melt Marines, so do Colossus, and at the moment he has way too many Marines, not enough Marauders. He needs to get more Marauders. He does have +3, +2 to Pacifier's only +2, +1. So upgrade is quite far ahead, causing a cancellation on that expansion.
Yeah, that's a fantastic win for Stardrive over there. Look, he is going to lose a couple of units here. That medevac should pick up and leave. There we go. It actually does leave, and he's just preventing that additional gain from Pacifier at the moment. But if we look at army supply, my goodness, that it's still so close after everything that happened in this game so far. Pacifier leading 129 supply versus 92, but most of that supply is actually sitting in probes at the moment. He's got 29 probes mining off his third expansion, and quite a few probes, 19 mining off his second expansion as well, third expansion or fourth expansion going up again. He's getting that army in position, and I think if Stardrive doesn't make a move soon, I think he might be in a lot of trouble here. I do think he needs to get some additional units. If you look at the starport, he's still training Vikings to get rid of those Colossus. Still a big problem to have. He doesn't have a lot of Stalkers. Vikings not a bad idea, but I do think he needs that ground support with that splash damage. So I think siege tanks is definitely a requirement needed here.
Need a couple of siege tanks or some ghosts. Ghosts, are very effective against Archons. Very good against High Templar, being able to snipe them, cause EMP as well. Ghosts are they're very micro intensive, but if you can use them well, it'll definitely cause a lot of havoc for the Protoss. But another thing from Stardrive's point of view, you cannot let a Protoss player out expand you. Getting another expansion, a third expansion.
We do see a drop going down at the bottom. Let's see what this is doing. Oh, and that.
Is he going to target down?
He doesn't target down the medevac. And Stardrive actually gets quite a lot of units into that base. He's going to take out those zealots being warped in, and then going to start taking out the probes. And well, it's a DT. He doesn't scan, and Pacifier is just going to get some free kills. He's got quite a few free kills there. And
I think Stardrive did him a favour there. He did have 29 workers there, managing to reduce some of them just to 14.
Yes, true. Look at that weird expansion that he's got. The fourth. One would expect it to be taken to the south of the natural. But
there's a DT there.
Oh, and there we see the war prison going over. So Pacifier will definitely be aware of this. And one would expect that war prison to stop there. Maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. I mean, it's such a massive.
That factory is in a great position. He sees this war prism. He knows, but he's got turrets there in the main base, in the expansion. He sees that war prism. I don't think a war prism is going to be too much damage. And that army is moving out. It is a big army. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders. Got minivacs. They are +3, +2. And he's on the other side of the world. He's got 5 Colossus. He's got High Templar. He's got Zealots. He's got Archons. Very good composition. But will it be able to fight this? He needs good engagement. They both need to go in a good engagement area.
You know what, to be dead honest, with that amount of High Templars and Colossus standing there, I think this could potentially go very south for Stardrive. What he will need to do, we do see an attack on that command center in the north, and he actually lifts that up. But what Stardrive will have to do, he's got to split that army. He's got to get the units away from one another to minimize the splash damage. Scans up the hill, sees everything there. and you know, he knows, you know, he can't engage that up the hill. It's just virtually impossible for him. And he goes, oh, and there's a storm going down. Luckily, it only got two of the, well, really only got two of the Marauders, but Stardrive going south. He's decided,
he's going for the main base. He's going, and Pacifier does not see him. He's going straight to that base. He's going to kill the rocks. Go in.
And all of those units just running up to the wall. And yeah, so Pacifier will either have to push or he's got to come back and counter. This Nexus is going to fall. There is absolutely no way that he's going to save this. And the army is coming back.
Pacifier is way behind. He is far behind. He's sending in Zealots, but his army is completely out of place. He moves up that ramp. He's going to see two Colossus. But those two Colossus are going to go down quite easily. He's even going to maybe be able to take out that other Nexus. That's going to be two expansions down before the army even arrives. If I was Stardrive now, I'd kill that Nexus, get everything in my dropships, and go back home.
Yeah, I think he should have focused down the Nexus, get up, as you said, you know, get in the dropships and go. Here the army for Pacifier comes back, and oh geez, I think Stardrive is going to lose a lot here when those High Templar comes in. He fed back the Medivacs, and he kills literally everything.
Every single Medivac.
That was some fantastic play there by Pacifier. You know, I mean, his multitasking, that was just phenomenal. I think when I watch this replay, I definitely want to see what his APM was there, you know, to concentrate on warping and everything. Look at the amount of DTs he's got. He has got 10 DTs with that army, including
look at army
6
value.
Colossi.
Way ahead in army value, 116 to 64. This is going to be I think this is going to be a GG. He's going to go up that ramp, engage it. Those couple of Vikings, 6 Vikings, are not going to do much. Not against all these Zealots, Archons, DTs, and he has as many Vikings as Colossus.
Yep, and as we see, he's mined out on his main and his natural, pretty much mined out on his natural, sending his army to actually go and defend in his third, and there we go. Or Pacifier actually moving up the ramp now, taking out
take the high ground.
Pretty much everything. And those storms dealing just so much damage, storming his own zealots as well. And this is a fantastic engagement for Pacifier, but I think that Stardrive in huge trouble here. I do not think he's going to be able to come back. Supply plummeting down to about 50 now.
I think we're going to see a GG now. Pretty soon we're going to see a GG. He has nothing left.
I agree. That's pretty much game. Doesn't have a lot of units. Got quite a lot of High Templar still with Storm. And now he's literally mining from almost nothing. His income is standing on 260 compared to nothing for Pacifier, but he doesn't need an income. He's got such a dominant army at the moment. And
yes,
here we just see,
even though he is starved, if he can stop the reinforcements from
arriving, and he just storms all of those SCVs. This is just game. I think that GG that you foresaw is going to happen quite soon.
Oh, and the army value is very low for Stardrive. We're going to see pushing here. He's got 0 income, 0 resources. He has so much gas, but nothing he can do with that gas. The command center is burning down. Though he's got so many Colossus still alive, he's going to push up that ramp with quite ease. There's nothing Stardrive can do to stop that. He can't even take an expansion. We've got DTs at the expansions. And then we see a GG, and that's going to be the GG. What a very good first opening game.
Yeah, that was a fantastic game, and you know, I think the game just went backwards and forwards the whole time. You know, some of the stuff we didn't expect seeing. You know, I think the main thing for Pacifier that counted in his favor is after that attack where Stardrive actually took out his third. You know, where he decided, you know what, let's go back, let's put this guy on the back foot, and he went in, destroyed the third, and I think from there on, you know, he just took control of this game, built the right unit composition. He knew that Stardrive didn't have any units to take him out on the ground, and in the end, just a very good game from Pacifier and Stardrive.
I agree. Pacifier had a very good game there. There was no way he could sit back and wait. Once he killed that army, he had to push, and he did. He did a lot of feedbacks. He killed those medivacs. He had no army back at base, Stardrive, and he could just push and take control of the first map. We could see there were nerves in that first map, but it was a very good game. A very good game. It's what we expected. It was very backwards and forwards, and from our opening game, that was a very good opening game.
Yep, indeed. And yeah, looking forward to the second game, which we're going to cast shortly after this.
Cool.